They say accountability is a glue that ties commitments to results. In my journey on YouTube, I've realized that sharing publicly helps me be more accountable also. And as I aspire to become a public teacher on finance and financial freedom, I've always felt that the best way to lead is to actually show by example. Some of them are as early as 4 years ago. Today I'll be showing you my net worth in a transparent manner again. And if you have noticed this new Ergo-tune chair, I've gotten this in as part of a change in my home office setup. I've used it for a few weeks and it's pretty good. And if you like to buy your own ergonomic chair, I've actually gotten a $20 discount for this Ergo-tune Vespi with the referral links below. Check out if it fits what you're looking for. This is the highest range one, but as always, make sure you find one that fits your budget. For loyal subscribers, big thank you. If you have seen a lot of my net worth videos, I will continue to share it openly so that there's a continuation to the story in real time. For new subscribers, hopefully there are good learning points. Hopefully it gives you a belief that it can be done also. My parents are normal working class people and I grew up in a 5-room HDB flat in Telok Blangah. Studies not too bad, NTU accounting, but also not spectacular. My spouse is way smarter than me. So if you have a good spouse, congrats also. And I also face the stress of raising young children in Singapore where cost of living is high. So what I'm doing now is to prepare myself and my wife for retirement adequately so that we do not need to rely on them. So if this message resonates with you, smash the like button early and I'll roll in the intro video. Hi guys, welcome back. Now net worth is measured by the assets you own minus away the liability. Currently my liability is only my home loan, so that's pretty easy. So what I'll share with you next are 10 or 11 items to assets. And you would see also in this narration that I really don't have too much cash. I also believe that cash flow, not cash, is more important for retirement. Now for investment assets, I used to have a HDB rented out. And with that, I used to collect rent income. But as of 2023 start, I cashed that in already. A lot of the REITs that you see I buy are actually from proceeds that I've cashed out from their HDB sale. And for the last 1.5 years, I've suffered also with the REIT sell down. And a lot of times it makes selling that HDB flat looking really stupid, correct? But never mind, I'm also okay with being wrong sometimes. And I also think that one fine day, I'll also be right. That selling my HDB flat then was right and parking that money into investment assets would deliver me outperformance. That's contrary to what many in the comments have said that I was crazy selling away the HDB flat. So if you're keen for the rebuttal, smash the subscribe. In future when it's suitable, I'll release that and share it with you right on this channel. Thank you very much. And so far as you can see, I sold my HDB flat in January 2023 for $437,000. That again was a phase where properties were still red hot, correct? In fact, it's still quite hot right now. But what we can see is that so far, that selling price still looks pretty good. Per square foot, 542. The red arrows I pointed are those who have clocked in a higher per square foot. But again, those are corridor neighbors. Mine was a corner unit. And the only comparable one is in January 2024, which actually sold at a lower PSF, even though it was from a higher floor. So would that mean that if I were to sell right now, I'll be fetching 5-10% lower than what I've gotten? Maybe, and we never know. So with the HDB flat out of the way, let me share with you the assets in my net worth. And since I have a previous format of sharing, I'll stick to that for easier comparison. Item number 1 for today is CPF. This is my current balance as of 9th of October. I've captured everything as of this day. When you view it, I don't know the asset price already, but as of today, everything is accurate. 9th of October, I have 40,000 in OA, 166,000 in SA, and my MA is full at $71,500. Now this CPF portion has increased because I've done top-ups, correct? Something I preach on this channel. And 166,000 in special account takes also a lot of effort as a self-employed. I think if I ask many of my property agent friends, they don't have that much in special account. But on the other hand, if you are in full-time employment, doing very well in career, older than me, you would realize that your special account is going to be way more than what I have. And that's actually normal. So with this information, I'd like to answer a few questions. Josh, why are you not transferring your OA to SA? Don't you know that SA can give you 4.14%? OA is only 2.5%. Yes, but also transferring my OA to SA is a one-way ticket. I want to keep that buffer in SA for tax relief. My tax bracket is going to climb again. So if I were to pump my OA in, Yes, I do get full retirement sum, but I don't get future tax relief opportunities. And that's why also I don't advise for parents to top up to their kids' CPF special account. I'd much rather they build investment portfolios where there's not only liquidity, but also a story of how it was gradually built. I also keep the OA for another reason, which is I may purchase a property in 2026, 2027. I don't know yet, but let me see what the market offers at that point of time. So right now, I'm not feeling any of the FOMO. I'm very patient, waiting for a good time to enter the property cycle. So in total for CPF, 206,000 without Medisave inclusion. Asset number 2, SRS. I have been a big advocate of SRS, especially for tax relief purposes. In a previous video, I've also shared that I believe my SRS will eventually hit $1 million. And I think I'm well on track for it. The question naturally is, Josh, why do you want to have $1 million in SRS? Don't you understand the next time when you draw out, there's going to be tax that you need to pay, correct? Because 50% counts as income. Yes, that's true. And in the previous video, which I'll state over here, I've also mentioned that I believe that tax brackets will increase over time. The lowest tier of 20,000 tax-free would definitely have to change at some point. Interns right now are drawing that amount already, correct? So if you'd like more information, check out that video again. And let me show you what I last did in terms of screenshot for my previous SRS account. This was 1 year ago and it only stood at $257,000. The stocks I have in my SRS have all taken a beating. Agriculture stocks and REITs. At the point of time, portfolio losses was around 30,000. But fast forward to today, this is what I currently have in my SRS. I've topped up quite recently, and more importantly, the assets inside it, Bumi Dharma Agriculture, close to its all-time high. REITs, some of them have recovered quite well. I work with many private clients also, and I can confidently say that there are only a few who have more SRS than I have. And the reason is because all of us have been investing the SRS prudently. If you buy Singapore savings bonds with SRS, I think it's a missed opportunity because your runway to when you can use it is very long. You can stomach some volatility and try to aim for a high rate of return. On the other hand, if your SRS is idling inside, I think that's even worse. But since you have followed the channel, I think your SRS are mobilized somewhere. So again, my SRS values right now are around $296,000. Asset number 3 and number 4, stocks and Singapore savings bonds in my CDB account. Now in a very latest video, my dividend portfolio is 500,000. I think I made a small mistake over there. The figure inside CDB does not include the Singapore savings bond already. So I actually do have 521,000 back then. Today, the figure stands at $571,000. Again, does not include Singapore savings bonds. Recently, I've purchased CapitaLand Invest, IFAST, and Maple3 Industrial Trust. So purely on Singapore stocks, the value right now is 571. And speaking about IFAST, actually the short seller has even emailed me, but I'm not too keen to debate further. They see that IFAST is overvalued. I see that IFAST is a good business that is fairly or cheaply valued right now. So when it comes down, I buy. And therefore, I have a sizable position built up. Recapping again, 571k in stocks and 20k in Singapore savings bond. Stay right to the very end because I'll be describing whether it takes effort to grow each and every one of these assets that I'll be describing or whether it's market based. What are learning lessons? Let's move on next to asset number 5, my brokerage accounts. Currently with holdings are Tiger and Moomoo. And very recently, I've shared that my trading account has seen a spike up in value. Moomoo has a further $17,000, standing at $208,000. I read some of the comments from my previous sharing, and they were saying that it was a lucky break. But we should realize also, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. I wish that for you also. That's why I teach investing principles openly. Together with my holdings in Moomoo, the total stock brokerage account stands at a value of $225,000. Item number 6, cash holdings. I'm quite unashamed to share that I really don't keep too much cash on hand. Currently, I have 19,800 in Chocolate Finance. They will be cutting rates to 3.6% very soon. I also have small amounts in OCBC, Marybank, and DBS. So very conservatively speaking, let's account only 30,000 in cash. The question that will naturally lead is, hey Josh, how come you keep so little of cash? Don't you need emergency cash? I work as a financial advisor, and yes, it is true that for a prudent financial approach, one should keep 6 to 12 months as emergency cash. But what I'd like to suggest also is don't stick to the principle too tightly. There is a lot of cash in my wife's side already. I've also bought for her Singapore savings bonds, and this is a previous sharing I've done before. $83,000 of Singapore savings bonds back at 3.03% back in 2023. Back then, many were saying, hey Josh, why do you buy Singapore savings bonds at 3+%? Why not buy T-bills at 4%? But if you check today, Singapore savings bond rates have dropped already. T-bills are also now below 3%. So 3 point something percent, I took a 1-year pain, but I benefit for next 9 years. Hopefully you've also chosen the right path. And if you have, let me know in the comment sections below. Let's move on to asset number 7, my SYFE REIT portfolios. I must say, I'm very loyal to SYFE since the time we've worked together. So SYFE team, if you have been watching this video, do reach out to me. Let's do a future collab together. Currently in SYFE, I have 4 portfolios, 3 of which are China portfolios. Very recently, I've done an update on it. And this, as of 9th of October, is after some correction already. So China stocks right now is the one that's swinging the most. See if it fits your risk appetite. But for me, I have been holding through pain already. So I don't really care about the fluctuation. And I'm not going to panic with it also. So the latest screenshot of this also includes, on top, my SYFE REIT Plus portfolio. In total, all these 4 have appreciated. Last year, it was at $110,000. This year, it's at $130,000. So hopefully, you'll continue to look good. Asset number 8 in my portfolio are crypto assets. This one last year was red like anything. So you can actually see that last year when I shared net worth of $1.7 million, that was in a bad period where I was continuing to buy things on a distress. But while I share about my crypto assets, I'm also very clear that government stance for retail investors, crypto is not suitable. So as a licensed advisor, I have to follow the direction. I'll only show you what I have and I'll leave it as there. Currently inside my cold wallet are mainly Ethereum coins. I also have Solana coins and Bitcoin, but the bulk is the 33 Ethereum coins that I bought with a purpose of passing it to my children. Actually, if you see this chart, I also just realized that just 6 months ago, it was at $184,000. But today, it stands at only $116,000. Last year when I counted it, it was only at 70 plus thousand. So this really swings. But when I look back at journey, I did a DCA on Ethereum. And if I'm not wrong, at this price for Ethereum, I'm at or close to break even. Let's move on to asset number 9, my annuity plan. I actually bought an annuity plan back when credit was cheap and I did a leverage with it. And I've shared on the channel, the policy was only $200,000 and I've actually cleared the loan off. If you're stuck with a big leverage from an annuity plan, check out this previous video I have, which describes on leverage annuity. I think the root cause of it was buying a policy that's too big in size and overextending. So for private clients that I work with, I always make sure that they have the ability to pay it off comfortably. So this annuity plan, $200,000, I share with my wife. Therefore, what I account for myself is only $100,000. Asset number 10, my portfolio in IFAST. This is new. I've actually started pumping in monies this year. I'll scale this up as I scale my clients' portfolios, and currently it stands at around $63,000. Some of this is because of capital gains in stocks, ETFs, and funds that I've purchased. Asset number 11 cannot be consumed, but probably one of the bigger ones. This over here, my own house. The valuation I got for the condo I live in is at $1.32 million. But actually that's a very, very conservative figure. Neighbors have been transacting at way higher, but I'll still use the book value of $1.32 million only. The loan which I've taken up last year is at $500,000, so that should have dropped a little bit, correct? But all in all, I'll just put the net value of it at $800,000, same as last year, of which $400,000 is recognized to me right now. So again, very, very conservative figures. Coming to here, if you have questions on any of the parts, leave them in the comments. I'll try to help answer them as best as I can. And before I get further, I'll also wish all the best as you build your own net worth for your own family. They always say, family is the one that we are accountable for. So take anything that you can away from here positively and build your own journey. So far, this is mine. Like I said, I do accountability also for myself. The tabulation are as follows. Everything is in thousands of dollars, and the main part is on the right hand side. I'll also show you the change as compared to 1 year ago. I spoke to the CFO previously and he used the term of variance quite often in measuring. So I think putting them side by side gives a good flavor to where are the real changes to the net worth. If it's shaded in red, it means it's purely by effort. And when I mean effort, it's just hardcore savings. If it's in orange, it's based on effort, which is savings, as well as market value. If it's green, that means it's purely market value, no new monies in. So with that clarified, let's move item by item. CPF, 206,000 right now, a change of $48,000, purely by effort end of last year and this year. SRS, $296,000, a combination of effort and market value. $571,000, an increment of $141,000, a combination of effort and market value. Singapore Savings Bonds, 20,000, not much change. Brokerage account, 225,000, an increment of $75,000 purely from market value. Cash, 30,000, change of 10,000, not much points for discussion. SYFE portfolios, 130,000, a change from last year of 20,000 purely on market value. Crypto, 116,000, a change from last year of 46,000 purely on market value. Annuity plan, marked as no change in price. IFAST portfolio, 63,000, a combination of effort, which is savings, as well as market value. All in all, a total net worth of 1.75 million as of right now, excluding the property. With my home value, I think the net worth should be at $2.15 million conservatively. If I were to pay off the home loan, my half of the loan would be 250,000, which means my liquid net worth will be $1.5 million. So if you use the 4% rule, if my expenses are 60,000 per year, in theory, I'm financially free. I've done my homework before on my expenses. I think 60,000 per year is not too much of a stretch. And all in all, as of this moment, age of 40, I think I truly am financially free. Hopefully this open sharing is inspirational, and let me share with you some important lessons as we draw this discussion to a close. From the 0 to 100,000 level is purely by effort, which is savings. This is something I mentioned in my ebook, How to $1 Million. Check it out in links below also. Because at 0 to 100,000, everything in terms of investment rate return is just negligible. From 100,000 to $2 million, it takes a combination of effort and market value. To grow in this space, you cannot put all your monies in fixed deposits. Yes, it is true that when you put in fixed deposits, it's guaranteed. Your $1 million will become $1.1 million in 4 to 5 years. But 4 to 5 years is a long time. Any bear market would have risen up already. So I'll still advocate you need to be in the market to grow your net worth. Don't worry that it will swing because ultimately it's just a number. The green boxes in today's sharing already show the importance of being invested. But also when I mentioned that, be prudent in putting your monies to work. The ultimate accountability for your net worth is your family, your other half, your children, your parents. Build it consistently and they win also. Thank you for watching right at the very end. With that, I'd like to introduce you to my previous video, how I'll be doubling my net worth. This was done 2 years ago and I think it's aging very well. I am on track. If you want to find out some of the wisdom, check it out. I think it will benefit you also. With that, from here and see you there. Take care as always. Goodbye.